Okay, welcome to another episode of the Digital Masterclass series, part of Glen Eira's Digital Enablement Program. Today's topic is creative customer experiences for your business. So, for today's agenda, we're going to look at the impact of COVID on the business landscape, what the modern customer journey looks like, how to develop creative ideas and experiences, storytelling, and finally, we're going to go create something today. Okay, so since COVID, businesses have largely been impacted, especially retail and hospitality industries. Professional services have also been moved to remote working. And so the entire landscape of how business is conducted has changed a lot due to the pandemic. So currently for barbers, it's like close cuts, inevitable. Cafes have closed their doors and moved online for deliveries. Working from home has now become the new normal. Online streaming workouts and health has started to also become the new normal. Same with education as well. Businesses have, rather than selling their actual menu, they're selling inventory. And we've seen a surge in online shopping orders through online platforms. So here is a map of what the current modern customer journey looks like. And essentially, content is the key for producing the best customer experience. So let's jump into this and how this modern customer journey looks like. So because of COVID, online shopping has become very popular. And so essentially, in terms of the customer journey, it starts with who knows about you. So essentially, it is what advertising or what marketing or anything that you've done to get the word out for people to know about your business. So this could be through signs, a Google search, a third-party platform, word of mouth, social media, and TV, radio, flyer, and all these other traditional methods to really promote the business. So essentially, this is the first step of where the customer begins to engage with a business. Now, keeping in mind, the modern customer journey today is filled with a lot of choice and a lot of content. So really finding your position in the market is key. Number two is thinking. So this part, I call it, the customer is considering their options and they're thinking about, what people are saying. They're thinking about relevant content. Perhaps they'd also like to ask somebody that they trust and know before trying to buy a product or going for a service. Media and infographics. So all of these key elements play a role in influencing the customer's decision when they are in this thinking stage. So after getting past these two stages, the who knows about you and the thinking, and all this has been executed very well, there is the service and value building. So essentially, this is where the customer feels comfortable with everything that they know about the business and would like to engage and know more about a specific product or service that is being on offered. So in this knowledge building journey, it could be through an email, so asking questions and going back and forth. It could be on social media, so anybody that is posted something that is relevant could search up like the hashtag or something that is related to this, and essentially increasing exposure and trust building. So with online shopping, apps and desktop websites are the main platforms for this e-commerce. So essentially, this service and value section is where the customer is feeling very comfortable with everything and like to just drill down into the specifics. After all that is done, there is what we call the purchase stage. So they go for the sale and they start, putting things in their cart in an online order. If it is a new sort of thing, it can be through a booking system. If they're going to click and collect a product or a service, a product, they can go visit in shop through like a safe, contactless pickup. Or if you're in professional services, it could be just a matter of sending over a digital contract and requiring an e-signature. So the customer journey doesn't actually just finish with the purchase. There's also there's also some follow-up that is required from the business because we want to keep the customer happy. And so this moves on to what I call the remarketing stage, where the business could follow up with the customer's feedback and see how they're doing and essentially check in. So it could be essentially like sending a thank you email and asking them for a Google review, or it could be for a short survey and rate how their experience was, or they could post something on social media to express their satisfaction with the product or service. And so after all of this has been completed, you'd go into the final step, which is called capturing the loyalty, where the customer is more willing to share this with people that they know. They're willing to engage more for future purposes, also recommend and give a 4 to 5 star review. So throughout this whole journey, having good quality content is the key for the best customer experience, and really delivering on that value for money side for what the customer's needs are. So here is a graph which you can use to essentially plot where the customer service experience is. Now, on the left, we've got not satisfied. To the right, very satisfied. At the top, we've got offer is of high value, and on the bottom is offer needs work. So this is a good way to track 1 week's of reviews and feedback based on what your customer's experience is. So this can be collected through any sort of methods that you'd like to use as your business. So it could be through online reviews, it could be through a survey, even word of mouth. And the best position to be in was obviously, high offer, a high value offer with a very satisfied customer. And essentially working your way up towards this area. And you can plot this as honestly as possible, because that is the best way to really capture what customers want and what they need. So for something in the middle, it would be like an offer that's all right, and a customer that's gone, okay, I'm not too satisfied, but I'm not satisfied as well. So it's sort of like in the middle. It's just something you have to do, but it doesn't seem very fun or the best sort of experience provided. So it's always important to keep looking at that customer experience and getting that as high as you possibly can. So now I'm gonna share a quick video on what this business has done in a real world challenge due to the pandemic and the creative solution that they've come up with to tackle this problem. was a creative way of how one restaurant overcame the challenge. And I've got a quick quiz in here, which you can do. So essentially answer the questions below, which is number 1, what was the problem? Number 2, what was the creative solution? Number 3, how was the creative solution promoted? So how was it promoted essentially? And number 4 was what was written in the posts. So feel free to take this quiz later on whenever you can. And I'm going to share another video now on capturing creativity during COVID. So COVID not only has been a really difficult time for everybody, but also there are moments within COVID that we need to adapt and come up with new creative things. So this is a video that I found that was very good at doing that and keeping us busy.
Has the possibility of bringing us together in ways none of us would have been able to predict or expect.
3, 2, 7, 8.
I'm so small, said the mole. Yes, said the boy, but you make a huge difference.
So that was a creative video just to show how resilient we are and how things we can and all the many things that we can actually do during lockdown and ways to inspire creativity and develop new ideas. So we're going to go through a quick exercise on how to develop a creative idea. Now, possibly you might be thinking, hey, Vincent, I'm not actually a creative person. This doesn't really apply to me. I'm all about, pragmatic stuff, practical stuff, and this is how I am. Well, okay, well, have you tried this? And maybe, give it a shot and see how you go. So in terms of developing a creative idea, let's start off with number 1, doing something simple. So this can be anything around your house for work, or even during the weekend, or even if a family or friend has asked you to help with something. So it can be a simple thing that you could be asked to do or something that you'd like to do. Number 2, while we always do something simple, there's always a problem that we encounter. So it could be anything from not enough resources or to not being able to find the right people for the right thing. So look around and essentially listen to what people are saying, or you can even look it up online, and sort of do a bit of a survey first. And while you're doing that and you're listening and looking around, you want to go on to step 5, which is writing it down. So write down that problem, write down that idea on a pen and paper, and use your hands. So I find this um, more productive when I actually write something down with pen and paper, and more effective rather than on my phone, because there are so many things on my phone. It's just hard to keep track of everything. So with a pen and paper, write down this simple thing, and really see, hey, what could you do with it? So after you've done that, I'm just going to show some creative examples of what is done during my COVID lockdown. So this is a doodling app on iPhone, and Android as well. So it was a cool birthday message from me, and just what I sort of send to people, and other people have sent me something like this as well. This is in Murrumbeena, so it's a mural just right next to Murrumbeena train station, and it just shows the creativity side of what the community can do and come together during this difficult time, and actually celebrate and put something creative together for the community to enjoy. This was another really interesting way to display flowers. I saw this in New Zealand. And normally you would have florists just, putting flowers in batches and batches. But with this one, I can see that there's a lot of time, precision, and care taken into every detail of how this has been presented. So I thought this was very creative. Finally, this is a big tea. So it's a big drink that I saw in Taiwan. What's really creative about it is that it's not only shows what the product is, but also it's a really cool thing to post and take photos of and promote it on social media. Just because it's just really unique, but also inviting. Like you feel gravitated towards it, and it sort of has that effect. So tying all of this together, the creative ideas, customer journey, and the whole sort of delivering value, the modern customer service and the customer journey. Essentially, the main message here is content is the key for the best customer experience. So by coming up with something creative, you're more willing, customers will be more willing to, go through these first two steps without too much thinking and without too much going back and forth. And they find that you've developed a really good service and value for money, and they'll be more inclined to do that purchase faster, rather than, bringing them on a slow journey, giving them too much information all at once, and they haven't had enough time to take all that in. So something simple, something creative in terms of content is the best customer experience for their journey. So essentially, I'd like to sum everything up in one word, and everything that we've seen earlier on. Creative customer experiences is all about inviting. So essentially, you're creating an invitation to all the people around you and the people that may not know about you, and inviting them to come and see and do and engage with what your business offers. So with this invitation, they don't have to feel yes or no, but rather they feel, oh, very comfortable with everything, and want to actually invite themselves and go forth with it. So that's how I would sum creative customer experience journey all in one word. So story time. This is a quick story of something in my personal life, and very recently. So due to COVID, a lot of places were not accepting cash as payment. And as many people know, the older generation prefers to use cash over like digital payments. And, because of COVID, cash was not really the most safest way, because COVID lives on the surface of things for like 7 days, something like that. So on the right here is my grandma, and she's making a purchase with her card. So what happened? What was the problem? Was she liked to carry cash everywhere, but they didn't really take cash payments at a lot of places. So I had to educate her about, using masks, keeping safe, social distancing, and how to actually carry out payments in a safe way. So this got me thinking, okay, let's try something new. Let's try and use a card and see how she goes with that. So I helped her set everything up through her online, through online, and sort of, demonstrated myself how I would go about buying something using tap and pay. And she pretty much just picked it up really quickly and followed what I was doing. And then ever since then, she's loved the tap and go or tap and pay sort of method. And then now she says cash is for old people. I'm like the young people now. So this was my creative way to help solve a simple problem that maybe for us, a lot of us just tap and pay really easily, but for others, it may not be something that's so easy for them and may need more time. So yeah, this is my personal story of how I came up with a creative idea to just make life easier for my grandmother and more safer. So now let's go and create something. Let's do something. So here I've got a few recommendations of what you can go and create for your business. So you can do something with your brand story. So tell the customers how your journey went, and what led you to starting your business and how far you've come. You can also post something creative on social media. So it doesn't have to be art. It could be any sort of practical thing, or even just something that's bright and engaging. Another thing you could do is make a change to the front of your shop if you have a physical store. So it could be like putting in a new sign or like a new poster or anything like that. You could also consider making a video if you have the time and resources to do so. So video engagement is a really great way to speed up customer journey and give that really good positive customer experience. You could also create a digital thank you birthday card. There are many softwares online that can do this for you. So it could be for a work colleague or a family member, or even for any celebration that you have, and that they'd like a digital card. The next one would be to follow the Discover Your campaign. So this is a campaign that Glen Eira City Council is running at the moment, which is essentially to go out to your local shopping strips and discover the businesses that you never knew was always there, but you never got a chance to visiting them. So go out there and support your local business through the Discover Your campaign and use the hashtag on social media. And another one, you could try and draw a comic of something funny or something that you and your business might be known very well for. So yeah, give it a try. Put some time and try and just give it a shot and see how you go with it, because you never know until you actually try. And thank you very much for listening to the slide, and I hope this has helped your business and given value to it. Thank you very much.